Hey guys, it is Friday. I actually know the day of the week now. I just got back in the house from running some errands, and I'm telling you, right now, I need someone to come and take over my bills because I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be an adult. I just went and literally grabbed the basics of needs that I have. And when I say the basics, I went and bought 2 lip glosses. I bought a serum and a soap for my face, 3 little like dermaplaning razors, and some lotion, and spent almost $200. How? I still have to go back to I have to go to the international market and go pick up some fish, even though I really don't want to leave this house again because of the way that it's raining so much. I need to go get some fish and cook something for dinner. I really wanted to just go buy a salad from Upbeat, you know, but that's gonna be another $25-$30 plus the 30 minutes each way to go and get it. It's like, it's not even worth it. I might as well just cook my own food. But then I'm gonna go buy a whole fish from the international market. I already know that's gonna be like $25. And I need some vegetables. I wanted to meal prep, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm not gonna lie, I have some editing I need to do, and I want to finish fleshing out the email copy for the program. Not fleshing it out, but like scheduling it, because most of it is written already, which means I need to go. I'll probably go over to Rev or go to a different coffee shop to get some work done for a few hours. But y'all, it's like, why does it cost so much to live, bro? Like, honestly, it's kind of crazy. It's not kind of crazy. I know what it is. It's capitalism, and that's the point, right? Like, your very existence costs money, and that connects you to the capitalist machine and keeps you inside of the cycle. Because if you can't eat, then what you gonna do? Die? Yeah, that's what they want you to do. This is why people want farmland, bro, so they can just go outside and go get their lettuce and their tomatoes and make them a salad and not have to go to the store and one day pay 90 cents for a tomato and another day pay $2 because someone else decided they want to hike up the prices because they wanted a new yacht. And yet they're the people getting tax breaks. Excuse me? Yep, this is my rant. This is my rant for today. It didn't start off as a rant, but now I'm ranting because it really is out of control. And I think we all know this. And sometimes it feels like it's not helpful to sit and rant about it, because at the end of the day, at the end of the rant, you still have to pay the bills, you still have to buy the groceries, you still have to, in some fashion, subscribe to this way that society runs, unless you're going to completely disconnect from it. Even that takes a process and takes money and takes time. It's very frustrating because all of this is so systemic, right? And even as an entrepreneur who's kind of like unplugged from certain connections, I don't work a 9 to 5, but that doesn't mean I don't work many hours. Y'all know all I ever talk about is the work I need to do, the work I have done, the work I haven't done. That's pretty much like what my life consists of. I just happen to choose what the topic is or what it is that I'm doing, but the work is still the same. The connection and need for money is still the same. The obligation to devote your hours to certain things is the same. And I don't really love that. I'm really trying to work on disconnecting that. My business is a service and a product business. So the product is the charcuterie, but the service is curating it, delivering it, catering in that sense. So I am producing something for my clients, but at the end of the day, it's kind of more of a service than necessarily just a product. And that means that I'm very much, my time is connected to my income, and so I have to output hours and energy in order to bring income in. And the increasing prices and obligations and all of that comes with it means you have to spend more time and more energy doing those things just so that you can go buy a freaking face serum and some lotion, right? Like, which is sometimes very discouraging. So one of the things that I have been working on over the last, honestly, since October, really ideating what do I want my life to look like? How do I craft a life that allows me to enjoy the things that I want? And how can I unplug some of my connection to having to do some of these things if it's draining to me? I want to do what I want to do. I think we all do, but I really want to live in my purpose and feel aligned. I want to do things that give me energy and not detract from it. And sometimes when you're doing things that don't really fulfill your purpose, they take more than they give you. When you are working or walking in your purpose, those things kind of give you this additional energy, even though you are expending energy. It's just like natural fuel. And as we've spoken about many times here, my passion, I love my business and I really do feel very aligned with it, but it is not the base of my energy. And very much the idea of learning about oneself, neuroscience specifically, the connections between the body and the tools that we develop in order to really learn ourselves and be our best selves. That's where my passion point is. Also, as I've gotten older, my desire to rest more or understand what rest looks like for me has grown. I've always been someone who's high energy and worked a lot, and I still love that trait about me, but I am in my 30s embracing the idea that there are ways that you can still walk in your purpose and not be operating at 120% physically all the time. Exhaustion is not a requirement for success. And so I am navigating that transition to making sure that my life supports that in the short term and in the long term. Anyway, this is a rant. Basically, imagine being so frustrated about little shit that it causes a 7-minute rant when there are things happening in the world. But it's really all connected because at the end of the day, the same people that are hiking up prices are also fueling genocides. Ooh. We really shifted there. It got a little heavy, but it's very true. It's greed. It's a lack of compassion and empathy for other people. It's the idea that you deserve more than others. You deserve more than you need. That excess and the access to excess is your right, as opposed to seeing it as you being entrusted to divide a resource. So I think sometimes we think, oh, people, like, just because you can earn $1 billion means you deserve to keep $1 billion. And I know this is probably like a little bit of a controversial line I'm going down. Do I think that necessarily? I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that when you have access to to a certain amount of resources, your job is to funnel that to those who do not have that access, because there are privileges and luck and experiences that you have been gifted that allow you to do that. Does that mean that you didn't work hard? No, absolutely not. But does your hard work equal other people's death and demise and their suffering? Do you work so hard that you need a yacht that is big enough to house 100 people, or to pay for 100 people to stay in an apartment for a year? Do you need? No, probably not. Probably, but absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's the problem. That's the problem. So I know that's a rant, and that's not to say I don't think people should have access to growing their wealth and enjoying the finer things in life, but I feel like everything requires balance. And unfortunately, greed is like a cancer in the body. It grows and expands and it feeds off of the things that are naturally there, and you start to convince yourself that these things make sense. It makes sense to go and spend exorbitant amounts of things and not give back to communities because I earned it. I worked hard, as if other people don't work hard, right? Or I've been gifted this, I've been blessed with this because I'm chosen. Why would you be chosen other than other people? Children dying and starving. Well, right? It's the hubris of needing to feel exceptional. And that's very much, it's not just rooted in American exceptionalism, but it is very much a problem here, where capitalism and the idea of wealth being connected to virtue, and in a very heavily Christian-based society, the idea that you are blessed because you are worthy, you are chosen, and you know, people don't talk about this a lot, but you know, Christianity is not a everybody is welcome, but everybody doesn't get to go. Like the Bible literally says everybody's not getting into heaven. That's literally like the premise of a lot of like Christianity. It's like you don't want to go to hell because everybody's not going, right? And so then there's this like fuel of when that gets twisted and distorted, right, through the lens of capitalism, through greed, through this idea of exceptionalism, it allows people to validate really kind of evil acts. If you're basing it around religion, I'm more spiritual, non-denominational, but I grew up my whole life in Christian and Baptist and you know, even some Southern Baptist kind of environments, and prosperity preaching is very much in alignment with a lot of these things that these tech bros and, you know, the robber barons of the 2025s and the 2020s currently. It's an alignment of like, I'm exceptional, I'm smart, I do so much, I deserve this. And then that begins to quantify, that creates this idea that people and their worth and their value is connected to how much money they have, right? So now you are more valuable as a person because you have X amount of money. And because you have X amount of money and you are more worthy or valuable, it validates you doing things for what you constitute as the greater good, right? The bigger picture, because you benefit from that bigger picture. But you feel like, well, these other people, like they're not worth anything. That person makes $35,000 a year. I make $35,000 an hour, and therefore I benefit society more. It's a very twisted mindset, and it's very interesting how people don't understand this is decades of propaganda, of intentional creation of this idea that even the person who is making the $35,000 a year will believe that if I was that person, because I have the American dream is this access to unlock wealth and worthiness and prestige, I'm going to side with these people that statistically I will never be a part of that group. Like people, now granted technology has changed that, but still very much most people do not go 2 or 3 levels above their economic status. Most people. That's not to say that it's not possible, but a lot of people who don't have access, even desire, worth ethic, knowledge, the privilege of mindset, you know, the network to be able to get into those rooms and create that type of wealth, they are often taken advantage of by people who do, by making them believe, well, you can do it too. And if you do, you wouldn't want them to take away your wealth. You wouldn't want them to take away your private jet. You wouldn't want them to tell you you can't spend, you know, X amount of dollars and not pay taxes and make sure that your employees are getting paid well. It's okay that you can take $5 million vacations or buy $5 million homes and other people can't pay their food. That's okay, because you are worth it. You're a CEO, baby, like CEO. And I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, this rant has really gone down a rabbit hole. I need to go to the bathroom, and then I need to go buy some fish at the market. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. I really love how I'll go on this channel and literally just talk about the most random things sometimes, but that was really the point of starting this challenge. And obviously when I record earlier in the day, I have more energy and more cohesive thought. So obviously I'm definitely trying to do that more, but yeah, thanks for listening to my rant. If you made it this far, if you have some opinions about what I ranted about, the very many topics I jumped around on, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you disagree, feel free. Just everything with love and light in this space. We're open to conversations and communication, but not contention. So I hope you guys have a great day. Love you lots. Happy Friday. I will see you tomorrow. And if I don't, have a great weekend. Bye.